Good morning and welcome to the Wednesday Be the Light Meditations. It is 9 a.m. every week we meet here, and I invite you to set everything else in your life aside and truly devote this time for yourself for this guided meditation. So we begin by taking a deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's leave all of our man-made, very thick stories, lists, needs, assumptions about life that are built on a fear-based society. And let's get real and look at the truth in a new, frank, unveiled way in this meditation today. As I meditate on what I'm going to talk about, I kept getting the image of it's time to just bite that bullet and to quit deceiving ourselves and quit letting ourselves be so deeply deceived and led, even when we want to be deceived or the truth is too inconvenient or too uncomfortable. Because the longer you allow that to happen, the more fantasy and the more layers of illusion are invited in that cover up the pearl, this beautiful luminescent pearl. And this pearl of you, of your core, is growing all the time, and it is pushing against this oyster shell, and it's needing to crack open. Your internal core of light is growing and it wants to crack open. So all of those false stories that you've taken in as truth about yourself, everything that's happening in our society right now, we have half of our political leaders blindly lying and allowing it to happen. So we have to go through the uncomfortable part of cracking open to let ourselves be seen and to reflect the light that we are, just like a pearl. It's in there, it's enclosed and heavy, thick. But all that grist and all that movement, guess what? That pearl will open eventually. And it can open in a natural way, which we hope that this flowering, this flowing, this beingness that is you, when that pearl is ready to open, it just has the energies and the movement through your will and your readiness and the natural evolution of the larger divine plan for all that is to be pried open. And so you know in your core that there is this beautiful, luminous being that has been under this grit and movement, and you've been making yourself inside this cave of man-made mistruths of which you've colluded with yourself to now have this pearl so big that is pushing the top of that shell. This pearl that you are of trying to bring the elements together and grow is finally going to push open. You have enough force within yourself. Your natural evolution of your core being is now enough to slowly and gently push open that extremely tight little ligaments that hold the two parts of that shell together. And in this storyline, that ligament is the unwillingness for people to step forward and tell the truth. You're prying that open because you're no longer willing to live with yourself in illusion, delusion, or self-deceit. And it can be as simple as moving towards something and biting the bullet for something in your life that you need movement in. Okay, for me it's taxes. I hate doing it because I have to see how much I've spent, how much I've overspent, go through all these tiny details for a government that I think everybody cheats anyway. So I have all these stories of why I don't want to sit down and do the right thing, and the rest of the year I'm anxious about it. All of that wasted energy. And what is your issue that you dance around and you're letting it snowball and you're letting it tell a story about you? It could be a relationship, the type of partner that you choose, which then you look at every male or every female in the world and they're just a little part of that snowball problem, or money, or career. So when we begin these meditations, we owe it to ourselves to clear the slate of the misunderstandings, the mistruths, and the confused way that we have seen how we have totally co-opted with misleading forces and information since we were born. So this is a wake-up call, and this bite the bullet. Think of one thing in your life that you are dreading, that you don't want to face, and that you can talk about. You can find people that will talk about it in a way and commiserate and be your comrades and how hard it is. And you're going to need to be a bit of a warrior or a warrioress. You might even choose an archetype. Joan of Arc, Kali, some energetic, conscious force in the universe that you can embody and mold yours and wrap around and get that forward movement. Because the minute you break through one of these crack layers, it gives you the confidence in the movement that all the other puzzle pieces start moving around with your stuck puzzle. So I hope you've thought of that one issue. And we're going to go in. And that one thing you're going to bite the bullet on. And we are going to dive in. And we're going to befriend it. And we're going to already get a sense that it is done. That those particles of frozen energy are moved around such a way that you are empowered. You are at peace. And you're holding the reins of your life in this really, really tough issue. So guess what? Everything else is doable and not so hard. Okay, so that's all the getting ready to convince your conscious mind of this trip we're going to go on. So now you can shut your eyes as we ask and intend to still our minds and let go of all thoughts, even what I was talking about, cleaning the slates. We are going to access a whole new frequency band of your being where thoughts are intrusions to reality. Thoughts are intrusions to the absolute truth and beauty that you are. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. And just begin to slip into that comfortable old place of you, where you are empty and you are open and you are knowing that everything that's happened that has created this sludge, this gel of immobility and confusion is now removed. The encasement is falling away in this moment. Feels good. Feel your breathing, your diaphragm underneath your lungs, letting go. Feel the tension in your stomach, the outer ring, letting go. The middle ring of tension, letting go, and even that gut pit of your stomach tension. We ask and intend that it soften and be released with the next breath. Deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. Excellent. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. We place a hold-on of balance around our entire body. We remove all of our own thoughts and everyone else's thoughts about us, all conversations, all courtings, these are all foreign to the interior of your perfected divine self. So we command that all of these other energies and constructs and reactions are now removed from your own perfected geometric energy field now. Feel how there's room and you can float. And in this moment, we take our attention to our heart, where there is a primordial, almost wordless sense of balance and peace in the center of your heart. We ask and intend to go to the 0 point of our heart. And in this moment of truth, we admit, we allow ourselves to hear the truth that all of our issues and problems of our own creation, and up until this moment, have been part of a story that we have clung to, fought for, and defended. So in this moment, rather than beating ourselves up, we humorously can accept that we did our best in a nonsensical, doesn't make sense world. So release all the self-judgment, all the blame, and all the shame for your creations now. You're emptying your heart, so begin to feel and sense. It has been so congested. Begin to feel and sense that there are tiny, little, tender tendrils in your heart that have been stomped on, frayed, fried by the world. Imagine a little plant sending out those tiny little curled, fresh green tendrils, circular, new growth unfolding. This is the state in which the heart, the body, and the soul can receive that which gives it nourishment. In this moment, let your heart be refreshed and see that this tender, vulnerable, fragile state allows for love of yourself and to receive the nourishment of love, just as a plant receives the warmth of the physical sun and the earth and can move uninterrupted but completely, wholly supported, resoundingly resourced. Claim your right to be in this state, irregardless of your past. Claim your right to build a diaphanous, semi-permeable barricade system. Nothing, even your own thoughts, can come in and stomp, damage, drown. Everything is now being set up in an elemental way to protect and hold this emerging new growth, which can represent your heart's ability to be vulnerable and soft and open, to be the truth, to receive truth, to live truth and speak truth. As I'm saying these words, let this vibration come in and help these little tendrils become rooted as plants that have a right to be here, have a place, a rightful place, a sense of ability to resource, a sense of worthiness to resource that which it needs to grow in a healthy, foundational way, so that your actual contract and vibrational work from the core of your being, this pearl that has been pushing out, can now be realized. Take a deep breath and see that all this grit and gristle of this making this pearl has all been part of the movement for you to emerge. But you are not emerging as a damaged warrior. You are emerging as new life. Something that is so precious, but simultaneously protects and honors itself and its right to grow. So let your heart be growing these roots and tendrils, and notice that the roots are going into your organs. I have a right to be here. I attract sustaining energies from the ethers, from the universal flow of all abundance. My body is a walking map of sustainability, reciprocity, and receivership across all levels in the universe, to other humans, and to my own self relationship and communication, to the point where you can't imagine saying, being, or entertaining a misaligned thought, action, or person in your environment. This is the Garden of Eden. This is a return to innocence, and it begins with you in your heart. Using your creative imagination now, see that you can have beautiful protection fences where it allows in that which is nourishing. And now, as you are feeling overflowing in your garden, receiving all that you need to grow, you have many bouquets to hand out into the world. We don't have bouquets and beautiful aromatic essential oils and fruits and flowers if we don't tend our own inner heart with this vibration of love and sustenance and nurturing ourselves from a limitless source of variable sources. So take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this true? And ask yourself, is it time to let go of everything else and the delusion and the old story? And imagine that you're taking the old story of yourself. You can throw it in the ocean for the fish to digest to make new energy. You can put it in the fire to make sacred ashes that you spread across the waters. But you are done with mistruths. You are done saying things to protect a pearl that won't open. You are done. So take a deep breath and imagine that as I've been speaking, that your body is becoming the Garden of Eden. That even your words are the aroma of the rose. For people to look at you, the stunning color and beauty and vitality is similar to an array of organic, freshly picked fruit or a fresh bouquet of flowers. Everything about you is fresh and moving and full of juice, full of juiciness, full of readiness to engage in the world. So take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth, and we haven't even gotten to the good part yet. Imagine that the Creator is saying, this person is connecting with me, Source. And the Creator is contemplating a gift for you. And the gift is to take this even further, to make it part of your permanent structure, so that you never look back and you hold this vibration, this purifying, new flow of energy is now coming to you from source and coming down and hovering over the top of your head in a brilliant ball of sparkly light. And in its immanence, magnificent intelligence, these little minute particles of vibration have the intelligence now to go in and to rework your brain with little arrows now of truth. Truth overrides all the old stories. As this energy is now, suck it in, take a breath, and suck it into your brain. It is eliminating all of the old storage units of layers and layers of misery, mistruth, disappointments, and density. All of the microbes in your garden that can come and create cancer. This is how disease is formed. Old limiting behaviors, thoughts, and histories. You have a new operating system, and now we have this essence, this beautiful flow from the Creator to come in like a probiotic and to rework, even at the atomic cellular level. New, preeminently positive forces that are in training and connecting with all aspects of your physical being now. Your emotional decks are being cleared, washed away to a place of peace and receivership. This place of receivership, allowing ourselves to feel worthy and to receive in an endless flow. So take a deep breath and now bring this into any organs that are tired. And you don't have to think about which organs, and you don't have to give it a story or a name. Just allow, with their intelligent movement, to come into the organs and to rework and restructure the actual physical nature of your heart, upgrading, reboot your liver, your lungs. Now we are reprogramming, and it is happening in this moment. We were also asking if there is anything that is supremely fatigued, that we will ask that this movement and healing and upgrade happen in the exact and perfect timing with that specific organ for it all to work for you in harmony and balance. So take a deep breath and just trust this beautiful, meticulous process going through your body, knowing that every 3 days, new cells, 3 weeks, new everything, and you are seeing yourself in perfection as the Creator sees you. Natural, glowing, flowing, receiving, and connected to the vibration and vitality of the universe, which has been seeking to get into the places within your beingness where you have kept that oyster shell tight. So the oyster shell is gone, that ligament is released, and your core being, this pearl being, this essence that you are luminously shining in your unique beauty, is here within this garden. And you are protected. And if you'd like, even open your hands to receive. Open your hands and feel the flow. Everything that you need. You are not a plant, but everything that you need. Abundance, resource, money, food, warmth, love. the touch of other people who are kind and sharing of love. You are now open to receive endlessly, profoundly, and deeply, greater than ever before. And we are choosing to hold this profile in our heart, mind, and soul. Take a breath through your nose and out through your mouth. Before we finish this meditation, in your mind, repeat after me. I ask and intend to release the old movies and stories about myself that are worn out and untrue. I am now choosing a new profile of vitality, sustenance, support in my core, as I am truly an abundant, luscious garden here existing on earth to help others remember to connect to source so we can create together heaven on earth once again. And so it is. And so we have begun this process with ourselves. We ask and intend that these energies integrate and assimilate in just the right way. We wrap this energy over our entire body. Don't forget your back, the back of your neck, all the way down the back, all parts of your body. This energy is flowing in and you're absorbing it. We put a beautiful golden resilient egg around our entire energy field, that we are protected and sustained during this transformational time for ourselves and for the world and others. So I thank you for joining me today. I'm Jan Jorgensen at Sound and Light Healing Arts, and I'm going to turn off this portion and we can focus on any issue related to these topics that you would like to discuss or have some healing yourself. So thanks again, and we'll see you next week.